When Keanu Reeves steps onto Jimmy Kimmel's stage, the audience expects charm, thoughtful answers, and a nod to his latest project. But Jimmy has a plan. Behind his smile and cue cards lies a trap to provoke Keanu, crack his calm, and reveal something raw. The tone shifts slowly. Laughter fades. Tension builds. Then, a response no one anticipates, a silence that speaks volumes. In minutes, the talk show becomes a stage for a confrontation that stuns all. Keanu Reeves kicked off Kimmel after clash, headlines scream, and what he revealed, no one forgets. What's the one thing you love most about Keanu Reeves? Share in the comments. Lights sweep the studio like searchlights. Music pumps, lifting a crowd buzzing with euphoria. Applause echoes off neon-lit walls plastered with posters. Keanu steps out, dressed in dark jeans, a black shirt, and a plain blazer. His gravity is quiet, unassuming. His eyes scan the room, smile faint, almost private. He waves once, sits. Backstage, Maggie stands by the curtain, clutching her phone, face tense. Her eyes carry a weight. She's seen Keanu's pain up close. Two producers huddle by a monitor. Tonight, we get a reaction. One says, "Is too perfect. We break that." Maggie presses record on her phone. Unnoticed, her jaw tight. Jimmy opens with charm. "Tonight's special, folks. This guy's a movie star, a philosopher with a black belt, quoting Rumi while reloading a shotgun." The crowd roars. Keanu nods modestly, smiling like the praise isn't his. Jimmy grins. "So, Keanu, new project, right? Something quiet? No explosions." Keanu nods. "A documentary about faith, finding meaning in the spaces between." "Intense," Jimmy says, eyebrows up. "Pretending everything's fine when it isn't. That's intense," Keanu replies. "Silence isn't retreat. It's survival." Jimmy chuckles nervously. "Wow, deep early tonight." Maggie shifts, eyeing Jimmy's cue cards. She spots bolded words, memes, religion, cross necklace, monk. Keanu sits straighter, smile fading, like an animal sensing danger. His calm is a shield, forged in loss. 4 years on this documentary, Jimmy says, flipping a card, alone, silent for days. Extreme, no. Never stopping to listen. That's extreme, Keanu says. Jimmy laughs reflexively. You ever think you're too serious? Seriousness isn't joyless. It's purpose, Keanu says. The crowd claps softly. Jimmy's grin cracks. You're like a monk with cool boots. Always like this. Or is it a show? I don't do shows, Keanu says. The silence is heavy, a room holding its breath. Jimmy pivots fast. Let's keep it light. People want laughs, not therapy, right? The crowd laughs on cue. Keanu's eyes drop to the cards, his legs cross. He leans back, not relaxed, but ready. His smile vanishes. Maggie whispers to herself, they're pushing him. He knows. The crowd laughs, oblivious to Keanu's waiting silence. The screen flickers. Jimmy beams. We pulled internet gems. The meme economy loves Keanu. Let's see. The crowd cheers. A grainy photo appears. Keanu outside a hospital. Mask on, haloed with St. John Wick in bubble letters, face distorted. Laughter erupts. Even buying painkillers, he's saving the world. Jimmy says. Keanu's hands stay still, his smile gone. Another image, a red carpet, zooming on his silver cross necklace. Action hero who goes to confession. Jimmy quips. Laughter booms. Someone shouts, Preach, Keanu. He blinks slowly. Maggie freezes backstage, her heart sinking. She gave him that cross after his sister's funeral, a private symbol, now mocked. Her hand tightens on her phone. Jimmy rides the laughs. Be honest, Keanu, you a monk now, or just acting pissed? The room stills. Keanu's voice is soft. Pain taught me silence speaks. Laughter stops. A few clap, tentative, their faces softening. Jimmy's smile falters. Okay, I deserve that. I'm keeping it fun. You're like poetry. I don't know what to do with that. Maybe listen, Keanu says, his gaze steady. Jimmy glances at his cards, uneasy. Found a tweet, Keanu's empathy with a six-pack. Faye. Empathy needs presence, not muscles, Keanu says. Jimmy drops the card. You always like this. Not laughing when the pain isn't mine, Keanu says. The silence tightens, charged. A woman in the front row wipes her eyes. Jimmy pivots, arms up. Let's shake it up. Game time. The screen flashes, true or false. Keanu edition. Jimmy grins. We show a story. Keanu says if it's real or nonsense. Sound good. Keanu doesn't move. This isn't why I came here. Jimmy blinks. What? This is a spectacle. I'm not playing a part, Keanu says. A few clap, others murmur. Jimmy forces a smile. You take this seriously. Keanu leans forward, eyes steady. Maybe you need to feel something real. The words hit hard. Jimmy's grin vanishes. Backstage, the director whispers, he's flipping the room. Jimmy freezes, hand on a card. The laughter's gone. He stares at Keanu, searching for a punchline. None comes, just studio lights and a silent crowd, unsure of the show. Keanu speaks quietly. My sister died of leukemia. I was 23, sleeping on a hospital floor 2 years. No one moves. My daughter was stillborn. We buried her in the Hollywood Hills, named her Ava. A breath catches in the crowd. My best friend crashed at 90 miles an hour. The car exploded. I was supposed to be there. Jimmy shifts, eyes wide, unprepared. Keanu continues. I chose silence, not for lack of words, but because they felt small. Grief isn't a performance. Maggie's eyes glisten backstage, her hand over her mouth, remembering those losses with him. People ask why I'm quiet, Keanu says. I've fought the worst noise, loss that screams louder than any crowd. Jimmy clears his throat. I didn't mean. I was lightening the mood. Sometimes humor's a shield, Keanu says. But turning grief into a game, what's that? Jimmy smiles too wide. Let's get fun. How? The screen shows which Keanu's story is true. Headlines flash. Keanu buys ice cream for crew, funds cancer hospitals, eats alone in park. Pick one, Jimmy says. This isn't a game, Keanu says. The silence cuts. Murmurs ripple. Jimmy's voice sharpens. You take everything so seriously. Maybe that's your problem. Keanu leans in. Maybe you need to feel something real. Jimmy's mask slips. The director whispers, he's losing it. Jimmy's hands go limp. He laughs, sharp. You act better than everyone, whispering like it's holy. That's arrogance, not humility. Gasps spread. Phones rise, recording. Keanu doesn't flinch. Speaking softly isn't arrogant. Twisting pain for a viral clip is. Jimmy points, voice rising. You. The room freezes, the line crossed. Maggie steps forward, tense, ready to intervene. Jimmy's anger fades to fear. Keanu leans in, voice calm. You said your father left when you were young, that you feared looking weak. Jimmy's mouth opens, silent. Now you mock grief, silence, faith, Keanu says. You know ridicule. Tonight, you became the man who made you feel small. Jimmy's hands drop. Claps start. One, then more. Steady. Real. Maggie's eyes tee up, her breath shaky. Jimmy reaches for his mug but knocks it. Water spills. The mug clatters off the desk. He stays down, unmoored. Keanu's calm is earned. I read your interview, he says softly. You said silence after your dad left was worse than shouting, that you got loud to hide fear. Jimmy's face cracks, a fracture of shame. You know being laughed at, Keanu says. Yet you make me a punchline. Why? The silence is reckoning. You became what hurt you, Keanu says, unflinching. Jimmy's throat tightens. You think you know me? He asks, voice weak. No, I know pain, Keanu says. Claps grow, not for spectacle, but truth. A man in the back stands, clapping slowly, others join. Jimmy's stunned, control gone. Maggie watches, tears falling, hand on her heart. Jimmy's voice softens. I didn't mean this. I know, Keanu says. But it happened. Jimmy shoves soaked cue cards aside, hands shaking. The set feels like a mirror, reflecting raw truth. Keanu rises quietly, with purpose. Every eye follows. A guard steps forward. Maggie stops him. Let him go, on his terms. Keanu pauses, facing the crowd. Thank you for listening. Not to me, but what matters. Pain isn't a game. It's where we find meaning. Silence holds, then applause rises, not celebratory, but acknowledging a wave of respect. Jimmy sits, eyes down, lost in the mess of spilled water and truth. Keanu walks off, unhurried, unshaken. The clip explodes online. Keanu walks off Kimmel, Reeves' masterclass in grace. Comments flood with respect, dignity, truth. It's not drama, it's real. Outside, under streetlights, Maggie hands Keanu his phone. Look. The video's at 1 million views, climbing. He exhales, almost smiling. Maybe they are listening. He pockets the phone, walks into the dark, the world watching. Its gaze softer now, seeing not a star, but a man. If you like this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more heartwarming tales. And remember, kindness always leaves the greatest legacy.